Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Monday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham, going solo with you for now on this beautiful Monday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. A lot to talk about. Obviously, Auburn coming off of Big Cat Weekend. A couple of commitments coming from the 2024 class. Some interesting things happening with some Auburn targets out there as well. Some guys that Auburn has been after, some guys that Auburn is still seeking on the offensive line, on the defensive line. Some places of need, of course, for the class of 2023. So some interesting things happen there. We'll talk about that a little bit as we move forward in today's show. Now, joined by David Jones. Thank you, David.
Doc, my pay, life got in the way this morning.
That's all right. Appreciate you being with us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
glad to be here.
We'll
Big
talk
weekend.
about, we'll talk about that. The recruiting, all the recruiting that went on. We'll talk about some of the other things. Practice begins August 5th. That would be Friday. So we are now officially, in practice week for the Auburn Tigers as they prepare for the 2023 upcoming season. We'll talk about that a little bit, some of the players, some of the MVPs maybe of this upcoming season, and some difference of an opinion about who they might be. We'll talk about these. Sonny DeShera making his professional baseball debut and doing pretty good, looking pretty good doing it. So we'll talk about that a little bit. The Auburn basketball team left. They are in Israel now. They will play a game tomorrow at noon on the SEC Network. So looking forward to that, get our first chance to look at this new revised version of the Auburn Tigers. No more Walker Kessler, no more Jabari Smith, but some new players, some young freshmen, some transfers. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun to see this Auburn basketball team, see what they look like. So a lot to talk about today. As always, we'd love to hear from you. Give us a call if you'd like to, 256-234-6221. If something's on your mind, you like to bring up a new subject, or you can always dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page, that's Sports with a Z, and comment away. We'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the day. So, David, do you have a tardy pass?
I didn't. No, it's unexcused.
Okay. How was your weekend?
It was great. We went down to Gulf Shores and got to meet grandbaby number 7,
Right.
Sonny Kate.
Saw a picture. Beautiful.
I don't think she made a sound the whole time we visited with her. Just a perfect baby. And that's one of the blessings of life, obviously, to be able to do that. So, but glad to be back home. No place like home.
Absolutely. No question about that, for sure. Auburn picks up 2 commitments over the weekend. It wasn't a flood of commitments, but again, Big Cat Weekend has really never been that. It usually ends up benefiting Auburn tremendously. They get on down the road. It all kind of starts here, and but Auburn does come away with two really important commitments. One of them being a quarterback for the 2024 class. I think Auburn wants to sign two quarterbacks in the 2024 class, but they got the guy they wanted, Adrian Passe, 6'4", 205-pounder out of Miami. This guy's, it's a top 200 player in the country. Some people think that he may play. I mean, he's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
He hadn't even played his junior year yet, so we're basing it off, a very small sample size at this point. So his junior and senior year still yet to play, and he might, just judging by maybe the course that he's on, the projection that he's on, he may end up a 5-star. Yeah. He's that kind of guy. So he and Amon Lane, a 4-star cornerback out of Moody, Alabama. He's the top 250 player in the country. Again, 5'11", 180 pounds, but it's a very good starting point. A lot of times when you have these recruiting classes and you want to get in early, you get that quarterback in there, and he ends up kind of being. It was kind of a Bo Nix, he signed
recruiting coordinator.
He kind of signed up. He becomes kind of the recruiting coordinator, and he starts bringing the other guys in. So it's a very, very good start for Auburn.
Absolutely. I mean, to get two, because like you said, Big Cat Weekend is a showcase weekend for Auburn, and the families. And if you get a commitment on Big Cat Weekend, that's just a bonus, and we got two. And so I know you'll go down some of these other guys. What's the story on Amon Lane? He was at Thompson, transferred to Moody.
You got me.
Interesting.
High school kids transfer about as much as college kids.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, so.
Now I can see Moody to Thompson.
Yeah.
Thompson to Moody. I don't know what the deal is on that, but two excellent players. And, of course, the other quarterback that they are targeting is Air Noland.
Right.
Who was at Big Cat Weekend and said he was happy.
Yeah.
He was happy for Adrian, and it didn't change anything in his mind because they wanted to sign two quarterbacks anyway. So, big weekend. There again, we just see one offensive lineman, Bo Hughley from Georgia, a predicted flip, hopefully.
That there's a lot of chatter about, Ashley Williams, a 4-star edge rusher that Auburn was after as far as the 2023 class. He ended up committing to Nebraska. That lasted about 3 weeks. Decommits during right before or during Big Cat Weekend. He is heavily trending toward Auburn now. Okay, so there's another 4-star to add to those 5 that Auburn has committed. So much talk about Bo Hughley. 4-star offensive tackle. He is committed to Georgia. But it's a top 100 player in the country out of Fairburn, Georgia. He's one of those kids from Langston Hughes. A lot of talk about him. He has a teammate, Terrence Love, that is committed to Auburn, the defensive back. So if Auburn, and again, some Auburn insiders have started, putting in some crystal balls to say this is – but apparently, Auburn's coaching staff feels really, really good about this, and Georgia's coaching staff feels – really, really good about this. So it appears that this may be one of those situations where he's just telling everybody what they want to hear.
Yeah.
And really nobody knows where he's going to end up.
And Air Noland from Langston Hughes as well, Andy.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun team to watch.
It's kind of a coup.
This year.
Yeah, really.
For sure.
I think they got some talent.
And you know how it is. Commitment it doesn't mean nothing, but it means a lot less now than it used to. Used to, a guy would commit, hands off, I'm going there. Now, with these flips and everything and NILs and the sweetening of the pot, so to speak, who knows? All that being said, I would say that it was an ultra successful Big Cat Weekend this weekend, for sure.
Jelani Thurman, a big-time tight end that Auburn has been after. That was their number one guy. He ends up committing to Ohio State. Again, out of Fairburn, Georgia. I think he's another one of the Langston Hughes guys.
Jeez.
He was at Big Cat Weekend. So, you know, does that obviously Auburn is still pursuing him. They're not giving up. Now, that's an interesting. I mean, that's a what's the word I'm looking for? That's a risky strategy. Now you end up landing these guys, a Bo Hughley, a Jelani Thurman. In the end, if they end up coming in and signing with Auburn, you can say, well, I mean, their persistence paid off. They stayed after these guys. They got the guys they wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. But if you don't get them, if they don't end up signing with you, then, you know, at the 11th hour, you got to go, oh, yeah, to this 3-star guy that we've kind of been stringing along and not been paying, you know, knowing that we missed out on this guy now, will you come and just kind of fill in this hole?
Yeah.
You lose out on pretty much everybody else. So you better land them if you get them.
You got to take the chance, though, especially with some of them. So,
J.C. Hart and another guy that he's the defensive back from Lochapoka that's really turned a lot of heads. He's a guy that hasn't really – he doesn't have like this 4-star ranking. He doesn't have, you know, all this – but he's a guy that's blowing up things. And by the time he plays his senior year, he's going to be pretty high on everybody's list.
10 miles from Auburn.
Yeah. Connor Liu, a guy that offensive lineman from Ackworth, Georgia, that a lot of people are saying, okay, this guy's crystal ball, he's going to end up at Auburn. So you start adding that. I mean, you know, you start looking, thinking, okay, well, that add about 4 or 5 guys in this class. That put us at about 10. We'd be a little bit 9 or 10. That'd be, you know, a little bit better. We'd feel a whole lot better about it for sure. Don't go anywhere. We are just getting started on this edition of the Auburn Blitz. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hilleby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hilleby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Columbiana Tractor presents the world's largest deer expo, August 12th through 14th, BJCC. 11 hunt giveaways, the Turtle Man, the Aspirin Buster Frank Addington, Eddie Salter, Big Buck Contest, BHA Bow Competition, Cornhole Tournament, Trout Pond, and Barney Fife. WorldDeerExpo.com, August 12th through 14th, BJCC.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. with the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
It's been 30 years. 30 years of growth. 30 years of dedication. 30 years of service and value to our great customers. 30 years of automotive technology and innovation. We are proud to celebrate our anniversary at Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika, making you smile for 30 years.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just about 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much. For all of you out there being with us today, we're brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 locations around central Alabama. For all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be, go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. You'll be glad that you did. Looking at some of the guys, as we mentioned, August 5th, Friday, Auburn will begin practice. Obviously, one of the biggest things, one of the biggest positions of watch is the quarterback position. We'll see, how quickly it gets narrowed down. We were talking before the show. How quickly is this thing going to get narrowed down from 3 to 2? How quickly is it going to get narrowed down to? Brian Harsin kind of alluded to at SEC Media Days that, he even kind of threw it out there like, well, if we might play 2 quarterbacks, he said it's not ideal, but if you got 2 guys that are successful, I don't think that's going to happen. You just kind of throw that out there to, I think, mess with people. But
yeah,
how quickly do you think this comes down to 2 people? Or do you think Robbie Ashford is really in it for the long haul?
I think he's in it right now. And I'd have
or
him.
Is that the 2? Robbie Ashford and
I was just fixing to tell you, I'd have him at 2. Seriously, just from what I saw in the spring and what we've seen to this point, once again, I love TJ Finley as a leader on the team. He works hard. I'd have it Calzada, Ashford, Finley, 1, 2, 3. But I think they're going to give TJ Finley every opportunity to win the job, which is fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we'll – you were talking about when you were going to come out with your final prediction. I don't think we'll know who the guy is until 7 to 10 days before we kick it off. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, on Auburn, inside the Auburn Tigers, they have done a top 25 most valuable players. Their number 1 is Tank Bigsby. I would have to say whoever wins the quarterback position is number 1 for me. So goes the quarterback, so goes the team.
Mm-hmm.
Tank Bigsby could run for 1,500 yards. If we don't have a quarterback, we're still only going to win 7 games.
And you see where our first quarterback's listed on this list. I know you'll mention that, but Just looking at the first 3 or 4, Andy, the only thing that I would change for sure, if Owen Papo is 100%, I'd have to stick him up there at the number 2 spot.
Really?
Yes. Or 3, depending on if we want to stick a quarterback at 1 and then tank it 2.
Right. Be interesting that they have 2 through 6 are all defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, Tank Bigsby, 2 through 6. Colby Wooden, Derek Hall, Owen Papo, Jalen Simpson, Nehemiah Pritchett. All 6 guys, defensive guy, or 5 guys, defensive guys. And number 1, and they got Colby Wooden ahead of Derek Hall. No, I think that there again, I find that a little bit interesting.
I do too. And look where our first receiver is listed. Number 15.
Well, I mean, yeah, what does that say? Does that say they don't have a lot of belief in the receiving core, or that they don't consider that a big deal?
Well, if this list comes to fruition, we're going to have a dang strong defense, that's for sure.
Yeah. Killian,
it's fun to look at.
First offensive lineman, number 9 on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Killian Zaire, the number 1 most valuable offensive lineman. Do you agree with that?
I got to go with number 11 right there, Mr. Brahms, just from experience standpoint and what he's meant.
He is kind of the,
he's the leader.
Center.
Yeah, he's the leader.
Now, if Killian Zaire could become, and I've said this before, I said that I think at the beginning of the end of last week, if he, and I think he will, if he's 100% healthy, he can take hold and be the anchor at that left tackle position. Mm-hmm. I think it changes the dynamics, the whole dynamics of the offensive line as a whole. Because if that spot is solid, if not plus, it needs to be really good in the SEC. But we've kind of had a revolving door over there.
Yeah.
Guys getting hurt for whatever, this and that. Really both tackle positions, So if you can solidify that left tackle, which is arguably the most important,
protect
part of the
quarterback's backside if he's right-handed. Yeah.
So, I mean, you feel, like you said, you feel really comfortable with Nick Brahms. And Keandre Jones may be the best offensive lineman on the team.
Mm-hmm.
There at right guard.
Yeah.
So, or left guard. I'm not sure which. I think he's right guard. And Brandon Council at left guard. And then you have maybe a platoon of Troxel and Alec Jackson at right tackle. Mm-hmm. And throw in Brendan Coffey for that matter.
Yeah.
He may win that job.
There's plenty of names this year, Andy. It's got to get done. It does.
Yeah.
Here's another interesting, and most people say your punter at number 10, but
he was a weapon.
That's huge. I mean, if Oscar Chapman can keep our opponents backed up on their side of the field, inside their 30 a lot, if our defense is good as supposedly advertised, that's huge.
No doubt. Well, we got to take another break here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just about 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate. For all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast, give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. Let's go to the phone line. Hey, Terry, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Good afternoon, Andy. David, how y'all doing?
Hey, wonderful. Terry. How about you?
What's up? Pretty good, pretty good. I'm actually, who's 7 and 8 on that list? I was just curious because I know you said Tank Bigsby was 1, and followed by 5 straight defensive players, which is not good. And I was curious who 7 and 8 was.
7 is John Shanker. And
I agree with that.
8 is Zach Calzada.
I think Shanker would be a little higher. Quite honestly, I'd put him a little higher. I think that's not important. But the 5 straight defensive players, 2 through 6, that's not good. Because if Auburn, and I'm going to make this prediction right now on August 1st, if Auburn is ranked in the top 3 in defense and anywhere from 6th or 7th on in offense, 6 and 6, and Brian Harsh is headed back to the West Coast. So the name of the game now in 2022 is not defense. It's just not. and that's not what players want to do. All the defenses is going to be a bunch of 3-3 games with about 7.5 minutes to go, and we're going to lose the game 17-3. And some sportscasters going to say, "Well, the game was closer than the score indicated."
Well, you can win defensively, but you better be one of the best. You better be the best defense in the country by far, like Georgia was last year.
I just don't buy it. I agree. I see what you're saying, Andy, but I just don't think you can win. Grow with the great. I know what Georgia have special, and I don't like Stetson Bennett, I think, but he was surrounded by tremendous talent and tremendous ability, and they had great depth too, and a pretty good coach. So I mean, all the things were lined up. But I think everybody knows, and I think this anyway. If Alabama's fully healthy, Alabama beats them by 2 touchdowns. So that's just my opinion for what it's worth, which is nothing. But if Auburn is content to go in with a great defense and a subpar offense, 6-6 at the best, and it's just sad that the game of football is played on offense. That's the way it works nowadays. If you want to win on defense, go back to the 80s and live. I graduated in the 80s, I know. So, it's just the way the game works. I mean, Coach David, you've been around sports for a long time. How much is basketball, baseball, everything evolved since then? Tremendously. You can't win in basketball or anything else, football, baseball, anything. If you play like you did in the 1980s, the athletes are just too good nowadays.
Well, trends are, but the defenses are changing because of the trends with offense. You're seeing smaller, faster, stronger defenders on the other side of the ball to alleviate what offenses are doing. But I don't totally agree with you that it's totally played on offense. It's you still got to stop people from scoring, especially in the red zone. But that's your opinion. And here's the other thing about this list, Terry. This is inside the Auburn Tigers just shot in the dark list. It's too early to tell. I don't totally agree with this list, but we'll wait and see.
Lists like this are kind of like recruiting. You'll know in 3 years what they're really about.
Yeah, we'll see how the season shakes out early and see, and maybe we'll revisit this list, Andy, about halfway through the season and see how it shakes out.
Yeah.
Now, Coach Dave, you remember back in the 80s when Georgetown had Patrick Ewing and guys like that? Those guys were dominant big men. You know why? Because they were dominant big men, the way the game was designed. Now you got a bunch of 7-footers who are playing guard.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we lost one of the greatest yesterday in Bill Russell.
Oh, gosh, yes.
He was phenomenal. But
he had 13 championships, 2 in college, 11 in the NBA. Am I right there, Coach David?
And one as a player coach, which is very rare. Yeah.
And he retired, 69, I think it was?
I can't remember. It's just I used to love to watch him.
I didn't know the University of San Francisco had ever won a championship.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest with you. But
he put them on the map.
Yeah, he put them on the map. You guys have a great day.
Thank you, Terry.
Appreciate it, Terry. Look, I'll agree with Terry. There's no question that the focus of college football has moved to the offensive side. And you see scores. You see a lot more common to see a 41-31 score than you do 13-6 like you used to. There's no question about that.
But Andy,
but you still, I mean, the bottom line is who outscores the other. You got to have one more point.
Well,
I don't care how you get it.
That's true. I got to look at it like this too, and Terry, he toots that horn a lot, and that's his opinion. But you still have to stop. That's why the reason there's more points scored in football now is because of the type of offenses that these coaches are running, and the athletes. But I mean, the athletes have gotten better on defense as well. They've had to adapt to what the offenses are doing.
Well, I mean, the other thing too, you had whoever the best athletes were coming out of high school, the majority of them would go to defense.
Yeah.
Now the majority of them go to offense.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's kind of the shift. That's another one of the shifts. So
I'm not going to mention the school, Andy, but I know on the high school level, everybody's trying to go to offense and defense. You don't play both anymore, especially with your big schools. I mean, there have been almost fist fights among coaching staffs over kids. He's going to be on my offense. Oh, heck no, he's not. He's on our defense. That is true.
And I think a lot of kids want to score touchdowns more than they do make tackles.
Sure.
And that's I can't say that I would disagree with.
No.
But it's not to say there's not a ton of phenomenal defensive guys out there that are, I mean, look at Will Anderson.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's probably the most athletic guy on the field, and he's, defensive guy. But
yeah,
could he play tight end and be an NFL guy? Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It is a different world, and it is changing, and it'll change back at some point.
It's just
the
trends.
defenses will catch up with the offense.
Yeah.
There'll be a shift that way as well. So it's just an interesting lift. Most valuable player. Who's your most valuable player? Just tell us that. Who is your most valuable player right now, do you think, for the Auburn Tigers in 2022? Kind of an interesting time. We'll maybe hit on that just a little bit, but we'll take the comments. We may change gears when we come back. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Pit.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom, Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs. Or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom, Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker.
absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you just for a couple more segments in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248, 256-397-0248. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Got some comments coming through. Go back and catch a couple of these. Brett says, I think it's Robbie and Zach. It better be. Ty says, Sunny D team plays Montgomery Biscuits in Montgomery, September the 6th through 11th. He looks good in his debut the other night. Yes, he did. We'll talk about that in just a minute. David was mentioning to me that he's got actually tickets for the Biscuits on the 6th, so maybe he'll get a chance to see him in person.
Yep.
Patrick says, I'm riding with TJ Finley. So Brett does not make Brett happy. Let's see, your offense has to score in this day and age. We lost 3 games because of inept offense last year. Yes, you have to stop teams, no doubt, but you better have playmakers on offense. According to Brett, Ty says Athlon Sports preseason bowl projection has got Auburn in the Gasparilla Bowl against Louisville on December the 23rd. David's correct assumption of that. That is a 6-6 bowl if I've ever heard one in my life.
Ouch.
That would not be good. And we'll, look, I've said this before, and I will say it again. I think Auburn fans need to prepare themselves for the possibility that TJ Finley could be named the starting quarterback. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think it is a possibility. So if it happens, you don't just throw the whole season away automatically. It's like, we talked about how important the Penn State game is.
Yeah,
I believe that. I've stated that over and over again, but I don't want to set myself up because I've been through way too many seasons where, I remember in 2000, I guess it was 2004, Georgia came out of the gate and looked unbelievably dominant. And Auburn came out of the gate, and we beat Louisiana Monroe like 31-0. But we looked, we looked mediocre doing it. And I thought at the beginning, like 4 or 5 weeks into that season, I thought, we got no chance against Georgia. We beat their brains in, at the end of the year because we just kept getting better and better. So a loss to Penn State, a loss to LSU early in that 2013 season looked like a bad sign, but it actually was a good sign. Even if we lose to Penn State, it's not the end of the world. We can always come back, but it's not going to make me happy.
But I'm going to bounce off you with the quarterback thing. I'm going to say rest easy on the quarterback position.
Okay.
I'm fully confident that it's going to be Zach Calzada.
Fully confident.
Fully confident.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I change that? No, I'm sticking. No, I'm sticking with that. I'm sticking with that. I am.
I'm on board with it. I believe that as well. I hope that. I don't know why I hope that. It's not like he was gangbusters at Texas A&M, but I think he appears to me to be the best option. Mm-hmm. That may not be the case, and we may find that out later on. But
I think the bigger question is, like you said earlier in the show, who's number 2?
Yeah.
Because I fully believe it's going to be Calzada, and I love Robbie Ashford. So who is it? Who is going to be the backup? We got a few more weeks. We can chew on that.
Yeah, practice. That's Friday, by the way.
Yeah.
Sonny DeShera has played 2 games for the Rocket City Trash Pandas. He is 3 for 5, 2 RBIs, 1 run scored, and 1 double to begin his major league career.
Off the wall.
Begin his minor league career.
2 RBIs
professional
on that
career,
one.
I should
Yeah.
say. He's a DH for the Trash Pandas, and has gotten off to a good start. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Well, you always say, and don't think for a minute, because I know, because I went through this with my son. Don't think for a minute that Sonny DeShera hadn't been hitting with a wood bat for years. These guys train with those wooden bats. Those metal bats are just for show in the games. There was never a doubt that a wood bat was going to make a whole heck of a lot of difference with Sonny DeShera. And obviously, because there's not a lot of forgiveness with a wooden bat. Sweet spot's pretty small. But that second hit he had in his first game was a double off the wall, 2 RBI
Dead center.
double. Yep.
Yeah.
Dead center.
High off a probably 20-foot wall.
Yes.
It was crushed.
Yeah. So, and will he see first base some? I don't know. I just hope he's in the lineup on September the 6th when I got my tickets. My wife and I are going to go over, and that's the day after Labor Day. And if you guys could get over, Biscuit Stadium's beautiful anyway. That'd be a lot of fun. And I hope his first game in Huntsville, there are a ton of Auburn fans in the house because they're in Chattanooga right now.
Right.
With the new setup, they play 6 games in a row. It used to be 3 or 4. Now it's 6 games, blocks of 6. So I don't know when they get back to
less travel, I guess.
Yeah, less travel, I guess. So more time in somebody else's out-of-town hotel.
Yeah.
But he's starting off great, and I predicted that. I felt that all along. He's destined for some big things.
D Ford released by the 49ers. 49ers paid him $42 million for 18 games and 9.5 sacks. A back injury kind of sidelined D, unfortunately, but hey, $42 million for 18 games.
Yeah.
Good job, D.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good for him.
Take care of your money, brother.
Yeah. Sharif Cooper waived by the Hawks, unfortunately.
Interesting.
See what happens with him if he goes to the G League or if he gets picked up by somebody else. And Byron Coward, did anybody realize this? He's still in the NFL.
Yeah.
He just got released by the Patriots. Now he's with the Colts. They picked him up.
Yeah.
Byron Coward. Hey, again, good for him.
Absolutely.
He's in the NFL. We got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Columbiana Tractor presents the world's largest deer expo, August 12th through 14th, BJCC. 11 hunt giveaways, the Turtle Man, the Aspirin Buster Frank Addington, Eddie Salter, Big Buck Contest, BHA Bow Competition, Cornhole Tournament, Trout Pond, and Barney Fife. WorldDeerExpo.com, August 12th through 14th, BJCC.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment on this Monday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Just a few final comments. Ty says another person has the projection of Auburn going to the Texas Bowl against Oklahoma State. That sounds like a 7-5-er right there.
Yeah.
Wayne says, I can't watch Jeremy Johnson, #2, anymore. I think I have a good idea who he's referring to.
Yeah, me too.
Don't forget, Auburn tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon. You got to, let's just, if you got picture-in-picture, or if you dial us up on your cell phone, you can watch Auburn on your television. You can have us going on your phone. You can comment away. You can kind of keep us up to date on what's going on. But Auburn beginning at noon tomorrow. I think Jay Billis and is going to have some play-by-play. Roxy Bernstein and Jay Billis. I don't know Roxy.
I don't know Roxy.
But that Auburn versus the 19 and under Israeli team.
20 and under.
20 and under, under 20 national team. So that's tomorrow. On SEC Network. That should be
and Andy,
a lot of fun.
What's really cool is Jay Billis is actually with the Auburn team on the trip. He's kind of like in the entourage, which is really cool. And he had done this as a player. They had done some trip, and he talked about how much he got out of it, and he talked about how thrilled he was to be with the Auburn Tigers on. And that only helps the visibility of our program when Jay Billis, because he's like, he's one of the guys.
Oh, yeah.
With college basketball telecasts. So
Auburn has passed through the invisible wall there. They're on the other side.
We are relevant.
The gurus at ESPN like them, and they will chat them up, and they love Bruce, and it's a new day.
Yep.
I'll use my friend. He gave it. Bruce Pearl has taken Auburn to the promised land, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, that's right.
On this day, it is August the 1st. 1941, Lefty Gomez sets the Major League Baseball record for most walks in a shutout. He walked 11 batters and still shut out the St. Louis Browns 9-0. That's some fancy pitching right there.
Well, either that or he should have bought his rest of his defense dinner after the game.
You really. 11 walks, and he still shut them out 9-0.
Yeah.
1971, Richard Petty wins the Dixie 500, becomes the first NASCAR driver to win $1 million in career earnings. Now, granted, 1971, $1 million went a little further than it will today. But, I mean, you can make $1 million making ping pong nowadays.
Yeah.
You can make $1 million doing anything.
Yeah.
1971, that was a big deal. Career earnings, by the way. And he had a pretty doggone good career.
He did.
1978, Pete Rose's 44-game hitting streak comes to an end against the Atlanta Braves. 44 games. I mean, my goodness. 50. I think that's the closest, maybe, to 56 that anybody's ever gotten.
Yeah.
Happy birthday today, Francis Scott Key. Born on this day, 1779. Star Spangled Banner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jack Kramer, he was a tennis player. He won Wimbledon back in the 40s and the U.S. Open twice. Dom DeLuise, Cannonball Run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoking the Bandit 2, he was in.
Dom was built like a cannonball.
Yes, he was. He was a big fella. Jerry Garcia.
The Dead.
Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
1942. Trevor Berbick, one of the many boxers that Mike Tyson chased into retirement. Born on this day. He was a heavyweight champion, though, 1986.
Yeah.
Joe Elliott. Def Leppard, man.
Which instrument?
The lead singer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they still performing?
I'm sure they are somewhere.
Come out in wheelchairs?
Yeah. He's like 63, is that right? 1959?
Well, I saw where Earth, Wind, and Fire and Chicago are both going to be, one in Tuscaloosa, one in Huntsville, like in October. I'm thinking, good. Can't be the whole original. Well,
no, sure.
Maurice White has gone on.
Okay.
That should be interesting.
Chuck D, born of Public Enemy, one of David's favorites, 1960. Brad Faxon, he's a golfer, 1961. Jacob Matiala, flyweight world champion boxer, the shortest world champion ever. 4'10".
What?
4'10". I mean, that's like midget status, right? Almost. 4'10".
I bet he got a lot of penalties for low blows.
He might. How could he not? 4'10" flyweight. Shortest champion ever. Born on this day, 1962. Coolio, another one of David's favorites.
Yeah.
Gangsta's Paradise.
Yeah, nice hairdo.
Yeah. That is a cool song.
It is.
That played about 1 million times.
Yeah, I got to hand it
when
to
I
him.
was in high school.
Yeah.
Coolio, 1963. Adam Duritz, Counting Crows. Mr. Jones.
I like that song.
Yeah, it's a good one. Sam Mendez, he was director. Stacey Augman, he was on that UNLV team in 1990.
Yes.
Great team.
Yeah, with Larry Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Devon Dudley, one of the Dudley boys. Bubba Ray, Spike.
Got me.
Edgerton James and Jason Momoa, Aquaman. Born on this day, 1979. That's going to wrap it up for us. He's David. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.